So last session, actually what we saw about actually how to actually create a static variable and then a non-static variable and then how to utilize it. That's what we saw. Okay, so we'll just start with functions today. So how to work on functions and all those things. So anyone has any questions for the previous session, guys? Anyone has any questions on the previous sessions? Any questions for anyone? Everyone understood what is a local variable and what is a static variable, what is a non-static variable, and then how memory has been allocated. Okay, everyone's all right. So newcomers actually who joined on actually on this Saturday and Sunday. Okay, you guys can just go through the video, the first video which I've sent to you. So which you guys will get an understanding on what is static and non-static variables on top. Okay, so today we're going to start with functions. So let me create a new package. So pack underscore 28. So here I'm going to create a class, new, print weekdays. So here, I'll finish. Now I want my main function to be printed. Okay, sorry, to be utilized. So for that, I need to type main control space enter. So I got the public static void main. Once when we have a main function, then only we can execute my program. So now here I am going to print my variables. So that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm gonna print all these things. So let me print it. So space. So this is what I need to print. So that means if you see here, so I will just decrease the font size a little bit. If anyone want to increase it, let me know. So as of now, I'll decrease it so that you can see more number of lines. If anyone wants to increase the font size, let me know so that I'll increase. So now you can see Monday to Sunday. Okay, I need to print it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Totally 6 times I need to print this actually what? 7 lines of code. Okay, this is what I need to do. So if I want to print these lines of code for n number of times, so right click, run as Java application. So in between I have some lines of code also to be used. So here think over in a real-time scenario. If we have 200 lines of code that need to be printed for 10 times, means what will happen? Totally 2000 lines of code I am going to use it. That's going to be a big problem, and also there is no organization over there. If there is any change that I need to do, I need to change over everywhere. So for example, if I need to make this actually what, this Friday to new day, so now what I need to do, I need to go to these all places and then I need to change it to the new change what I need to do. then only what will happen, that information will be reflected here in all the places. So there is a chance that you might also miss out in actually what some places when you're going to copy paste all those things. That's a big challenge here. So how we need to actually what come up with that solution means using the functions. So functions is the best solution for me to get out from these type of problems. So what we will do means here these 7 lines of code is what actually what repeated for n number of times. So what we will do means we will have that specific codes in a function, then I will utilize those things. See how I will do means function usage, I'll give it public static void main. So now how a function will be written means, okay, so simple, that is always a function will have a return type. So how it will be, so a function will have a return type called void, then my function name method 1. Always a function should have a parenthesis, then open my flower base and then click on enter. That's it. So void method 1 and then give this information. Okay, so I will just give a proper name for it. So I'll just give it as weekdays. Okay, then what is the information that need to be printed here? So I need to print this Monday to Sunday. So this is what I need to print, correct? So I will just have the entire code pasted here, then I will try to organize it. So here I have this Monday to Sunday, then after that print these dashes, all those things. So now same as like my variable, functions also is of two types. One is static, another one is non-static. If I have a keyword called static, then it's a static method. If I don't have a keyword called static, it's called as a non-static method. So methods is also called as functions here. Okay, if it's a static method, I need to call with help of a class name. In case if it's a non-static method, I need to call it with help of a object, that is create an object and then I need to call it. Okay, as of now I make it as a static method. So how I can call it means so simple. So this place I need to call the method. So how to call, so static method, right? Just give the class name function usage dot, then you can see I have my method information, just call it. Same thing applies here also, function usage dot weekdays. All the places I'm going to replace it like this. Dot weekdays. That's what we are going to do. So now if you see, the code is well organized. Okay, anyone can understand the code easily over there here. So when I execute my main function, it's going to call my method called weekdays. So what happens, this will go and execute this Monday to Sunday. Then after that again control come back here, then print me this dashes, then again function usage dot weekdays goes and call me this method, prints me Monday to Sunday, print me these plus symbols, then again call this method, print me the weekdays, then comes here. So like that, each and every time when I want, I'm calling that method that executes my information. See, now also I'll get the same output, right click, run as Java application. Same thing, but in a well organized fashion. Now, in case now if I want to do any changes, I will come to this place, then I will just do a change only in one place. That information, see everywhere right now it's printed as Friday. Now right click, run as Java application. You can see everywhere now it has been printed as new day. So this is a well organized code, that is one change will apply everywhere. Okay, so easier for me right now. So I don't need to actually worry about actually what each and every time what it's going to be printed in every place. So that's why we will use these type of things. Clear? Any questions for anyone on this? Any questions for anyone, guys?
Sir, it is working for only static variable.
No, it's a static method. So if it's a static method, we need to call it with help of a class name. I'll just make it new. Same thing in case if it is a non-static method. So what is that I need to do? Just I need to create an object function obj1 equal to new function usage. Clear? So now what I need to do? This method I need to refer it with help of my object name everywhere. Because when it is a non-static method or it's a non-static variable, I need to refer always with help of my object name. That's it. That's a one change. Clear? That answers your question, Shashwat? You're clear, right? Good. So can everyone ping me in the chat windows? Yes, if you have understood what is functions, and then what is a static function, what is a non-static function. Static function means should refer with help of class name. Non-static function means create an object and then through help of the object call those methods. That's it. Clear? Sure, Judy. I will explain again. So simple. Shashwat, you have any question? Shashwat?
No, sir.
Okay, cool. I'll just put you on mute. Good. So let me explain again. So new basics of function. So now, how to write a method? Okay, so simple. So to write a method, what you need to do? So void method one. So always a function should have a parenthesis. Okay, so my function name is method one. Okay, functions are also called as methods. Okay, so then I need to open a flower brace and then close it. So void is what my return type. Okay, void is my return type here. Okay, so instead of void, if okay, void is a return. Okay, that thing, other things I'll tell you later. Void is a return type. That means what is return type here means see sysO. Then I'll just give it as method one. So return type means always a method will have a return statement. In case if it is void, I don't need to return any value here. Okay, I don't need to return any value. So if I want to call this method, okay, now it's actually a non-static method. If it's a non-static method or a non-static variable, what I need to do, I need to create an object first. Because once we create an object, then only I can call that actually what method or a variable through help of the object name. Correct? So now what will happen? obj1 dot. Now can you see there is a method one. I'll call the method. Clear? I'll have another method called void method 2. So this is going to print me method 2. So now in void we can use a return statement, but it's not mandatory for me to use because anyway it cannot return any value. So if you want, you can use a return statement. Otherwise, it's not mandatory for you to use it also. Clear? So now if I want to call this method, what I need to do? obj1 dot method 2. That's it. So now I'll delete it. In case if it's a static method, so I told there are two types of method. One is a static, another one is a non-static. So in case if it's a static method, what is the best practice to call? It's a method or it's a variable. Always static members can be called with help of a class name. So basic function dot method 2. Only method 2 comes. Why? Because method 2 is a static, method 1 is a non-static. So that's why method 2 alone I can access. So now right click, run as. Now can you see it's printed me method 1, then finally method 2. That's how it can be accessed. Clear? Everyone clear on this guys? Any questions for anyone on this? How to create a method and then how to access those methods? Anyone has any questions on this? Everyone is clear? Good. Super. So the same thing right now, I'll come to the...
Yes.
Hello? Okay, cool. So now the same thing right now here I did, what I did means, so I have actually what a method called weekdays. So that when I call, it's going to print me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then after that, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. So that's what it's going to call when I call this method. So here what I'm doing, it's a non-static method. Non-static method means what? I need to create an object for this class, then only I can access it. So that's why here what I did, I created the object. Then obj1 is my object name. So obj1.weekdays, what it will do? It goes to the weekdays method, then prints me Monday to Sunday. Then again control comes here. Then it prints me the dashes. Then again obj1.weekdays, call me the method. Now comes here, prints me plus plus plus. Then again call the method, prints me everything, then prints me the hash. Then again call the method, print me dollar. Then again call the method, print me the exclamatory mark. And finally again comes here, print me the method. Then finally control comes here, comes out of my main function. That's it. So right click, run as Java application. Clear? So we printed everything. Understood, please? So now we'll see again some more. I will create another class, function return types. Make as package main function. So void method 1. I'll have this. Then it's going to print me system method 1. Okay. So it's a non-static method. So I need to create an object for it. obj1 is equal to new function return types. So if it's a void, I can have a return statement, but I cannot return any value. So that's why it's not mandatory for me to keep the return statement. The same thing right now. In case instead of void, if I have actually what other data types. So void instead of that, if I have integer, now it's throwing me an error. See, it says change the return statement, otherwise change return type to void. Change return statement means what? That means I need to pass an integer value. If it is integer, I need to pass an integer value as a return type. In case if it is actually a string, then I need to return a string value. If it is a boolean, I need to return a boolean value. If it is a double, I need to pass a decimal. Okay, that's it. So now how I need to call the method? Same step, obj1 dot. Then after that, what is my method name? It's method 1. So now can you see it's showing method 1. Then here can you see it's showing double. So what is the double here means? The double is my return type, right? That's why. So now I will print it. So now you can see, right click, run as Java application. See, method 1. It's going to print me method 1. Then after that return 10.30. So what is that thing? It's going to return me 10.30. That comes over here. So that means if I use here CISO, then I make it. See now what happens? obj1 dot method 1 will call me method 1. Then returns me 10.30. That comes over here. Okay. So right click, run as Java application. See, method 1 it prints, then 10.30 will come over here. Clear? Same thing here. I'll have another method. So void method 2. So method 2 return. So now I'll have a return string. So now actually what void means, what I cannot return any value, but I can have a return statement, but it's not mandatory. Same thing here, obj1 dot. So now can you see for the method 2 showing as void. Return type is what? Void. So that's why here by the information here itself, you will come to know what type of return types actually what it's this method is going to give. So if right now it's a void, right? So now if I just give CISO, now you can see it will throw an error for me now. Why it's throwing me an error means obj1 dot method 2, this will go and call me this method, then uses return statement. The return statement will come here, but is it going to pass any value here? No, because here the return statement cannot pass any value. So that's why when it comes to system.println, it does not have anything. So that's why it will be thrown an error. Okay. So if it is void, you cannot use the system.println. Okay. So let me remove it. Same thing now. I'll make it as actually what? Integer method 3. I'll make it. So now CISO method 3. Then it's throwing me an error. What is the error? That is add return statement, otherwise change it to void. So now it's an integer is a return type, right? So I need to use return 10. Now you can see when I call this method obj1 dot method 3. So it's going, what is the return type? Integer. So now the thing is, one, I can print it. Otherwise, I can also make it as integer a is equal to obj1 dot method 3. Now what will happen? This will go and call me this method 3, prints me method 3, then returns me 10. That 10 comes over here. That is, instead of giving it as actually what integer a is equal to 10. So here what I'm doing, integer a equal to obj dot method 3. This will go and call me this actually what method 3, and then also it prints me actually, sorry, it stores the 10 to the a variable. Then when I print it as system.println a, that is going to print me that value called 10 here. Okay, see, right click, run as Java application. So first obj1 dot method 1 will go and call me the method 1, and then prints me method 1 here. Then after the return 10.30, that comes over here, which is under the system.println. So that's why it prints me 10.30. Then next obj1 dot method 2. This will go and call me this method 2, prints me method 2 here. Then returns. But void cannot return any value, but it can have a return statement. but it's not mandatory. So control comes over here. Then next obj1 dot method 3. This will go and call me this method 3. Then prints me method 3 here. Okay, so before method 2 is printed, so now method 3 will be printed. Okay, then returns me 10. That 10 comes over here. That 10 will be stored under the a variable. Clear? Now I'm printing the a variable, which is 10. Clear? Any questions on return types? Anyone has any questions on this return types, guys? Anyone has any questions on this return type? Can everyone ping me in the chat windows? Yes, if you have understood what is a function and what is the return types, and then how to write a function and then how to utilize it. Can everyone ping me in the chat window? Cool. Okay, so now let me create another class. New class. Usage of functions. So now I want you guys to help me. So what is that? Let me tell you. So if I want to comment a line in Java, I need to use // Otherwise, I can also use, so for example, there are two lines of code. So for example, hello world. Hi. This is one way. Another one, hello world. Hi. So this one, instead of using the // what I can do is / star, and then after that star /. These are the two ways I can comment a line. Okay, that means these lines of code will not be executed for me. Okay, so now what I need to do, I'll tell you. So create. Okay, we will do this. So I'll just go here. So I want you guys to execute this program. Okay, so write a program with one static method which is of void return type, one non-static method which is of void return type, one static method which is of integer return type, one static method which is of double return type, then call those methods from the main function, then after that capture the return values in a variable, then finally print the values. So that integer and double return type actually what which is going to give. So we need to capture that information in a variable and finally print the variable. That's it. Okay. So now we'll do. Hi Judy. Hi Judy, you're there? Okay. Hi Kirti. You're there? Hi Judy. You're there?
Yes.
Can you help me? So now I want to write a static method which is of void return type. So what I need to do, so I'll just show you here. So this is an old program which we have done. Okay. So based on this, you just tell me. So I want to, okay, always a function can be written outside a function. Inside a function, you cannot write another function. That means inside a main function, you cannot write another function. Always it should be outside. So if it's a static method, what I need to do?
Static.
Superb. Static.
Void.
Void.
Name of the method.
Yes. Method 1 I can give. Yes.
Okay. That brackets we have to open.
Awesome. Always function should have a
Yeah.
parenthesis. Then
Then curly one.
yes, open and close the curly braces.
Yeah. In that CISO we can write anything. We can print it.
CISO
Okay.
method 1.
Okay. Then return type, it is not mandatory. If we want, we can write it.
Awesome. Yes. If I want, I can have use this return statement. Otherwise, it's not mandatory for me to use also.
Yes.
Good, Judy. Super. Good. Hi, Kirti, you're there?
Yeah. I was there.
Oh, it's Kirti. Okay.
Yeah, it's me only.
Good. Okay. Hi, Kirti. You're there? Judy, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay. Hi, Naveen, you're there?
Hello.
Hi, Kriti.
Yeah.
Naveen, can you help? Sorry, Akriti, can you help me for the next one? I want to create a non-static method.
Yeah.
So, which is of void return type.
Okay. Actually, for non-static, we will not write static. Means it will start from void.
Awesome. Super.
Void method
Yes. What is the method name?
2.
Method 2 I can give. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it mandatory that always I need to start with the method name with actually what method keyword?
No.
Yes. I can give any name.
Yeah.
Yes. Then so method.
Yeah, method 2.
Yes. Correct.
Then close bracket.
Super. Yes. Then next return type is mandatory.
Yeah. Return actually for void it's no. If we will write integer, that time it's mandatory.
Yes, correct. So now is it mandatory for me to use?
No, there no need. There it's not mandatory because we are not using integer type.
No. The thing is, it's like we cannot return any value. So that's
Oh
why
yeah.
I can have a return statement, but I cannot return any value.
Yeah.
Okay, good. A good activity. Thank you.
Sorry, sir, again.
Yes, Shishwat?
Yes, sir, tell me.
You were asking something? Okay, good. So, Naveen, can you tell me now for the next? I want to create a static method which is of integer return type. Can you tell me?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
So we can start with a static int.
So it's a static method. So static, which is of integer return type. That means what I need to do?
Integer int
Yes, integer.
method 3
Yes, method 3.
bracket. Okay.
Super.
We will print this method 3.
Method 3.
Then we will return the integer value.
Yes, correct. So why I need to return an integer value?
It will ask for as it is.
Because my return type is what?
It is an integer, so it will ask for the return value.
Yes, correct. Is it mandatory for me to use the return statement?
For integer, we have to use.
Yes, correct. So what is the place actually? What it's not mandatory for me to use the return statement?
If it is void.
Yes, correct. Only if it is void, I don't want to use a return statement. Apart from void, if I have any data types,
Sir?
I need to use the return statement. Yes. Yes,
Sir?
Sunny. Yes, Shashwat.
Sir, in non-static variable, we cannot provide any values.
In non-static variable, this one you're saying?
Yes,
This-
sir, second one.
Second one, 9 number, can you tell
Yes,
me?
sir. Sir, you
Hello, Shashwat. Hello, Shashwat, I'm not able to hear you. Which line number can you tell me? Okay, guys. Can anyone tell me right now? Safi? can you tell me right now? I want to have a non-static method which is of double return type.
Yes. Double method for
Sorry,
method for
method for
yes. Bracket.
yes. So method
So
for
system dot
Cut to
out
screen.
return
return
10.30.
10.30.
Yeah.
Good. Guys, if you want to speak something, that time please unmute from your end. Otherwise, please always be on mute, guys. Shashwat, you have anything to say? Hello. Okay, good. Thanks, guys. So now call those methods from main function and then capture the return values in a variable.
No, sir. Understood.
Okay. Call those methods from main function and capture the return values in a variable, and finally I need to print the variables. So that means first capture the return values, call those methods from main function, then capture the return values in a variable. So first we'll try to call all those methods. So how to call the methods? So we'll see. So hey, hi Sailakshi Gupta, you're there? Hello. Hey, hi Sailakshi. Sailakshi, you're there? Hey, hi
Yeah.
Kirti. Oh yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, Sailakshi is
Hello?
there?
Yeah.
Hey, hi Sailakshi. Kirti, I'll just come to you next time. Thank you. Sailakshi, can you tell me? Now I need to call those methods. So can you help me how I need to call the method 1?
Method 1 I will call by that method 1. Wait, I will.
So what type of method? Is a static or a non-static?
First one is static.
So static members can be called with help of?
No need to call, because non-static we will call by object.
Correct.
With the help of object we can call that non-static.
Sorry. Okay. Static members, how I can call?
A static member is actually it's a fix. Then no need to call that static one, but we can call by class.
Correct.
Name.
That is, static members always should be referred with help of class name.
Yeah.
Super good. So now class name is usage of functions dot. Then what I need to do? What I need to select?
Method 1.
Yes, method 1 I need to use. That's
Yeah.
it. So now when I right click, run as Java application, that will print me method 1. Okay. So before that, I'll just have one more statement. So program starts. Okay. So then next I need to call this void method 2. So now what I need to do?
Again, that for second one also, for non-static we will call by object.
Super. How to create an object?
First I will create object obj. I will call create by uses of
Yes.
function.
Awesome. Super.
OBJ.
Then equal to new.
Okay. Usage of functions obj1.
Yeah, equal to new
New.
object 1. Yeah.
New usage of functions again.
Yeah.
Then open the parenthesis and then close it. Super. Then
Then object 1 we created.
yes, correct. Now I need to call this method. So how I need to call the method?
Then we will call that method 2 object 1
Super. Yes.
dot method 2.
Awesome. Yes. That's good. Super. A good one. Hey, thanks, Lakshmita. Thank you. Now, hey, hi, Kirti. Can you help me now? I want to call this method 3. Can you tell me what I need to do for this? Hey, hi, Kirti, you're there?
Yeah, you are calling Kirti or Akriti. It's a
Oh,
bit
sorry.
confusing.
Okay, I'll
It's
call
Kirti.
Kirti.
Yeah.
It's Kirti.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Okay, so this is the static method. So we can call it by using the class name, not the method.
Super. So, usage of functions
Yes.
dot my
Method
class name is
3.
method 3. So
Yes.
now other thing I need to do here, that is
Yes.
when I'm calling that method, I need to capture the return values in a variable. So
Okay.
what I need to do for this?
So this is the integer. So we have to write like integer a equals
Yes,
to this one.
correct. So instead of integer, can I give it a string?
No, because it is a return type is integer, so we have to take it in an integer only.
Super. So usage of functions dot method 3, what it will do? It will
It
go
will
and
go
call
to
me.
the method 3, then it
Yes,
will print first this one method 3,
yes,
then it will go to the return 10. So
yes.
it should return as 10 value.
Correct. That return 10 will come here. That
Yes.
will be stored under
Store
a
it in the A, integer
variable.
A. Now we can print it by using CISO.
Super. So integer a is a local variable or is a global variable?
It's a global, I guess. Global.
No.
Yeah.
Anything wherever I'm going to use integer a, that is the
Okay.
place where the variable is getting created.
Okay, okay, okay.
So now that means where this variable is a local or a global? It's a local.
Okay.
Why? Because inside the main function only I'm trying to create integer a.
Okay.
So that's why it's a local variable. This one.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay.
Clear?
Okay.
Very good. Hey, thanks, Kirti. Super.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, anyone want to try for the next one? So how to call this method for and then capture in which variable I need to capture and then I need to print it. Can anyone tell me how to call this method, capture it in the return type in a variable and print it?
So can I try?
Yes, please.
Sir, third one.
This one, method for I need to call it. And then I need to capture that value in a variable, the return type 10.30.
Sir, because of this is non-static variable, non-static method,
Super, yes.
so that we can call this method by object.
obj1 dot.
obj1 dot method 4.
Super, method 4. Yes.
So then it should be displayed in the I can use the return type variable to int b.
Okay, integer b is equal to obj1 dot method, but it's throwing me error. Can you tell me why?
Sorry sir, wait sir, because it's written double change to type b double,
Okay, why I need to make it as double?
because the return is 10.30, because 10.30 is double.
Correct. The return type is a
In
double.
decimal form.
Yes,
Decimal
is a
form,
decimal,
exactly.
which can be stored in a double data type. So that's
Yes.
why actually what I need to use store it under a double here.
Yes sir.
That's it. Clear? Any questions from anyone on this?
No,
Super. Goodness. So
thank you.
now let me run. Hey, thanks, Ashwin. Let me run it. See, program starts. Okay, so let me execute this one. So using the memory allocation part. So I will just move these places. Okay, thanks, Shishwar. I'll put you on mute. So let me execute this program. If I execute it, we'll see how memory allocation has been done. So now when I execute this program, what will happen? For me first, a memory location is created for me. Then the memory location name will be my class name with some hexadecimal number. Usage of function with some hexadecimal number here. Then after that, next what I need to do, I need to create a memory. The first memory which will be created into the memory is what? Static
Static.
port. Super. So then now what are the members will be loaded into it?
Static void class
Super.
and object.
Sorry, object.
Static void class uses a function.
Okay, so my class will be loaded. Yes, correct. Then
All the functions, all the method.
no, will the non-static members will be loaded into the static pool?
No, only a static.
Correct.
No.
So what are the static members available?
A static int method. Say,
Correct. So static void method 1,
Yeah, void method.
static int method 3,
Double method. No. Static. No, it's not static.
yes. Then my
Not static.
main function also gets loaded.
Yeah, main function.
Okay, because main also is a static function only. That's why these all gets loaded. Correct? Good guys. So now what will happen? Now my main function is loaded. Now it starts to execute my main function. When the main function is getting executed, it creates a local memory for the main. So local memory for main will be created. So then next what will happen? System.out.println program starts. Then after that, usage of functions dot method 1. So when I refer with help of a class name, okay, so hey, hi Kirti, can you tell me? So when I refer with help of a class name, where the search will go, it's Kirti alone, not Akriti Kumari, Kirti alone.
Okay.
Yeah. When I refer with help of class name,
Mm-hmm.
what will happen? Where the search will go? Usage of functions dot method 1.
Oh, actually, I'm new to this. I didn't study this one.
Oh, is it? Okay.
First, it is my soul. I have to.
Cool. Okay. So when I refer with help of a class name,
Okay.
the search will go to the static pool,
Okay.
then searches whether we have a method 1 here, because we are referring method 1, right? So yes, we have. So now what will happen? The method 1 starts to execute. When this method is going to get executed, now what will happen? A local memory for that method also will be created.
Okay.
So local memory for method 1 will be created.
Okay.
Then next, the method 1 static execute, that is method 1. Method 1 will be printed for me. Then next, once this method is executed, comes out of the method. So once the method has been, when we come out, the memory given for that method will be deleted. Okay, that's what. So this method came from this place. Then next, again control comes over here. So now, hey, thanks Kiti. Thank you. Good one. So usage of functions, obj1 equal to new usage of functions. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna create a object. So the object is created. Obj1 is the object name. Object is created. Then usage of functions is what, that's my reference. That is what the reference this class will do. Tell to the object obj1 load all the global members of this class. So what are the global members we have? So right now if you see, we have all the methods and variables are the global members. So we have static void method 1, void method 2, static int method 3, then double method 4. So all these 4 members gets loaded. So I already told you static members always have a single copy alone. So static members alone we need to take it from here. So static members we will take it from here. Even my main function also will get loaded into it. Then after that my non-static methods, what are things we have? Void method 2, then after that my double method 4. So all these things gets loaded into it. Clear? So static members and then the non-static methods. So static members always should be taken from the static pool because it has a single copy alone. Then obj1 dot method 2. So goes to the obj1. So this main function from where it's created? It's created from the main function. Okay, obj1 is created from the main function. Then obj1 dot method 2. So comes to the obj1. Do we have method 2? Yes, we have method 2. So now what will happen right now? Method 2 starts to execute. When the method 2 starts to execute, it creates a memory for the method 2, that is local memory for method 2. Clear? Then next method 2 starts to execute. Then after that return statement is set, but it does not return any value. Then comes out of it. Once it comes out of the memory, what will happen? The memory given for the method 2 is deleted. So sorry. So from where actually this method 2 came? It came from this object. Then next, usage of functions dot method 3. So now what happened when I refer with the help of a class? So before that, integer a is equal to usage of functions dot method 3. So what happened? It first creates me a memory called integer a, where inside the main function, then usage of functions dot method 3. So goes to the static pool, then method 3. Clear? So now it creates a memory for the method 3. So local memory for method 3 creates. So from where it gets created for me? From here. Clear? So then next method 3 starts to execute. It prints me method 3. Now next what happened? Return 10. Why? Because our return type is integer. That's why it's written 10 over there. Now the 10 actually what comes and sits over here. So that's what here, that 10 will be stored under the A variable. Clear? So once it comes out of the method 3, now what happened? The memory which is given for it also is being deleted. Then system.out.println A. Now what happened? Whenever we refer with the help of a variable name, search goes to the main function, the local memory, then print the value of it. So the value is 10. 10 gets printed for me. Clear guys? Then double b is equal to obj1 dot method 4. So creates in the main function, creates a variable called double b. Then obj1 dot method 4. So goes to the obj1. We have a method 4. Yes, the return type is double. So goes to the method 4. So what happened? Now method 4 starts to execute. Before that, creates a memory, local memory for the method 4. Local memory for method 4. Okay. Then next what will happen? Prints me method 4. Then next return 10.30. So now that 10.30 will come to the place here. So stores under the B variable. So it comes to this 10.30 here. Now that actually what? Stores 10.30 here. So we got it. Then after the system.println B, whenever we refer with that variable, okay, before that, it deletes the memory here. So from where it came, method 4 came from this place. So then system.println B comes to the main function. Do we have B variable? Yes, the value is 10.30. Then comes out of the main function. When it comes out of the main function, what will happen? The memory given for the main function also is deleted. So from where actually what this main memory is being created means from the static pool only. Then after that next comes out of the entire program. So static pool and then the entire memory which is given for it is deleted by the garbage collector. Clear? This is how the memory is being allocated for the functions execution. Clear? Anyone has any questions on this, guys? So don't worry, tomorrow we are going to see on the same functions over there. Still functions is not complete, it's just the basics. Okay, so tomorrow we will again execute some more programs and then we'll see about the memory allocation part. Okay, if you're not full and full sure about the memory allocation part, no worries. Tomorrow again we are going to see some more programs on that. Okay, cool. Any questions for anyone on this, guys? Anyone has any questions on this? Please can everyone ping me in the chat windows? Yes, if you have understood. Still know what are the things I have mentioned.
Sir, can I?
Yes, tell me.
Sir, global variable means that is a one type of static variable. Can I say?
No. Global variable means there are two types. One is static, another one is non-static. There are two types of variable.
Okay, okay, sir. Sorry.
So always global variables can be declared outside the main function.
Okay.
Okay. It can be declared outside a function.
Outside the main function.
Correct. Any variable that has been declared inside the function will be called as a local variable. So global variable is of two types. One I can use it as actually. So in case if I have a global variable here, so integer a is equal to 10. Okay. So if it's actually what? If I'm not giving any keyword, this is called as a non-static. If I give a keyword here called static,
yes,
static variable.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any questions from anyone, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, Amit.
So can we declare a static global variable in local?
No. Always static variables are global variable. It should be declared outside the function only. Okay. Inside the function, you cannot have a static keyword. It throws you an error.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Anyone has any question, guys? Okay, cool. So with this, I'll stop it for today. Okay, so tomorrow we'll again continue with actually what functions, return types, and then the function arguments, all those stuffs. Okay, and then with memory allocation part, execution, all those things. Okay, thank you. See you guys. So tomorrow we'll meet by same time, 7:30. Thank you.